Hi everyone, this is Brian from Medigap.com. Before I start this video, I urge you to click on the link below, Medigap.com, and just take a look. All the information that you probably need is on there. And if there's not a link, you can always just go to Medigap.com and take a look. The video is going to be about companies that are less known as opposed to companies that are well-known companies for Medicare supplement plans. Sorry I have to do this video on my iPhone. As you can see, my computer back there, for some reason the camera is not working. So if it looks a little low budget, I apologize, but just listen for the information. Excuse me. So as most of you know, Medigap companies have to go through the state to get approval to sell Medigap plans. When you deal with government, it's kind of a pain in the neck. So most of the companies have to abide by the laws of Medicare to be able to sell these plans. So I get a lot of questions about, or a lot of comments that people say, I don't know this company, or I don't want to use this company, I've never heard of them, that sort of thing. One thing I can tell you is that I have sold a lot of plans for Medicare supplements, Medigap plans. There are companies that 9.9 out of 10 people have never heard of. And a lot of times they end up being the best companies to work with. The reason being is they're smaller, their customer service is better. Of course I can't name a few companies, but some of these larger companies that I've worked with, it's just, it's smooth sailing until the customer gets a bill that's incorrect or something like that, and it ends up being one of those nightmares that you hear about insurance companies. Of course, a lot of times it's a nightmare for me and the customer because I have to help them with the customer service because I'm the broker. So, and that's part of what I do. And another thing is about larger companies is they tend to get people in to their company in the beginning because of their name, and they usually have a lower rate, and they literally jack up the rates a year, if not 2 years later, and people get upset by that. So that's part of the problem with larger name companies per se. Some of them are great. There are some companies that are great to deal with, but others that are terrible. Same thing with little companies. Really, you have to ask someone who's been in the business like myself, who understands which companies are better. The problem with today's society is every time someone like myself speaks to someone, they think I'm giving a sales pitch or that I'm trying to make more money off of a larger name company or a smaller name company, whichever one I mention. I get the question all the time, how do you make money and this sort of thing. One thing I can tell you is that, number one, we don't make a whole lot of money off of the Medigap plans. There's some other insurance products where people are making a ton of money, financial products and so forth, as opposed to Medigap plans. And another thing is, myself and Medigap.com, the agents there, we're not in it to rack up money on a specific client. What our goal is to get as many clients happy as possible. The way that we do this is we give the least expensive plan with the best customer service, and that's about it. I mean, we do that. It's one of those things where some agents want to make an extra $50 right off the bat. Other agents like myself think to themselves, well, I'd rather give great service, great customer service, have that person tell 2 other people that will call me, and that's 2 additional clients that called me without me doing anything. And that's really how I make money, is getting as many clients to put their trust in me as possible. And that's what I, when I give speeches and stuff to the agents at Medigap.com, that's what I tell them. Listen, this isn't a game of, well, I can make, a better percentage off this company. It's a game of, I have 200 people that trust me and trust my company, and that's going to bring me more business to come. So I hope that helped out the video, and once again, go to Medigap.com, find out the rates in your zip code, because the plans and rates are on there, and also information that's on the site. There's a ton of it, so click through, find what you need, and I'll see you at the next video.